I'm in the Matrix. I know. It's not believable, but I am in the Matrix. I have to be in the Matrix. I feel like everything that we do, everything we say is just stuck in some vacuum and we're just going on this continuum of space and time and we're just moving forward because time's arrow always marches forward and there's nothing else that we can do except just continuously live. Anyway, let's talk about modern dating. I was just thinking about this topic because I'm on a lot of dating apps now. We got your Tinder, we got your Bumble, we got your Plenty of Fish, right? And we got your BLK for my black people. So if you see me, anyway, we have a lot of these sites, right? And I thought about dating then, now. I thought about dating now, and I'm comparing it to how dating was for me when I was younger. Before, like, there was like the internet, and before the internet really became a thing, and before social media and phone and mobile phones became rampant as they were, right? I came from the age where things were just starting to develop in terms of like long distance communication. Maybe for the easy access of it, right? So when it came to dating back then, right, it was, I think, a little bit simpler. If you like someone, you would go up to them. There was more of a naivete when it came to dealing with people, right? You were more inclined to believe someone based off the conversation you had with them versus not believe them, right? Because you had not really a easy way to verify. There was not really a way to look up people online. Uh, you didn't know the person's like people around them, so you couldn't just ask, right? You can't ask the internet for like, hey, does anyone know if this person's bad or not? Like you didn't have all these tools that we have now, right? So there's a certain naivete when it came to dating, and that has to be recognized, that has to be understood, and that's why a lot of these red pillars want to go back to that time because of that naivete where there was more trust in your partner initially versus how we do things now modernly. Uh, let's talk a little bit about modern dating. When it comes to modern dating, verify. That's like so important to see if you have anything in your past, if you're with any record that's like visible online, right? Um, to see how you are on social media, like how you treat people online, because it's like the same thing with people when they say, "Oh, how you treat a waiter is how you're going to treat other people," or "How you treat your mom is how you're going to treat your girlfriend or your wife," right? It's like another indicator of how you are because it is a show of your personality. It's a show of who you are, albeit a different medium. So they check for all of that. They check your pictures. They see all of that, right? That's used as a judgment call to make sure that they are safe. I mean, when I say they, I mean, from my experience, I'm talking about women, but it could be men as well, right? It's all about safety. So that's why people do it. Now, what problems has this created? I personally think because of modern dating, the internet, and the ease of access and how fast we want anything, because we become a society that I think is really into instant gratification. It's tough to really find anybody online, right? Because you're always going to be looking for the next best thing, right? You're always going to assume you have infinite amount of options because that's how the apps present themselves to you, as if you can have these array or multitude of options, and you don't have to stay stuck in where you live, right? You can look elsewhere. You can look in different states, different countries, even. That's the appeal that it has, right? And because of that appeal, it's hard to really find someone. You can find one flaw, one thing that you don't like about the person, right? Everything else could be great. Everything could be great. But let's say that their political affiliation is not yours, right? But everything else is what you want. But that's that one thing. That's the only thing you'll have disagreements about, sure, but is that it, right? So, but or even a better example, right? Astrology, the rampant rise of astrology. Well, I do in part sometimes believe in it, at least for myself. When it comes to dating, I can't use that as an indicator, but a lot of people do. They use that as an indicator, and they're like, "Oh no, I can't go out with you because you're a Gemini, and I hate Geminis." But every astrology race says that they all hate Geminis. So how am I supposed to date anybody if they all hate me? Anyway, that's my own right. But on the real though, people do use astrology for that, right? And then they choose their partner based off of that. And it's like, so you're gonna potentially choose the wrong partner, but because they're compatible with your star sign, something that honestly doesn't really matter. That's how you're gonna make your choice. So yeah, modern dating's tough. Modern dating is tough. I think the only way to really make it work is to still hold on to some traditionalism where it comes to like talking to the person, going up to them in person, right? And then starting an online relationship through there versus the opposite. I know people find love and find success via these online relationships, and I'm happy and proud of them. I don't know if I'm gonna be. I'm trying to be, but we'll see. But those are my thoughts on modern dating. Personally, though, I thought this video would not be complete if we didn't look at TikTok's thoughts on modern dating. So let's watch a few videos. Let's see let's watch a few videos. Let's see what they have to offer, and let's see what else I can learn and what you can learn about modern dating.
Yeah. So in today's day and age, the issue is that girls are a lot more selective now than they ever were because women make their own money. Feminism has kind of come in, and women are strong and independent. And they have this narrative that Beyonce's kind of fed them, where they're not settling, right? Strong and independent. What do I need you for? You better come in and bring some of my life. And what's happened is a lot of guys are ostracized in the dating game now because a lot of guys, quite frankly, just don't measure up for a lot of girls. Yeah. And a lot of girls have, basically an overinflated sense of self-worth. You can attribute this to dating apps. You can attribute this to Instagram. You can attribute this to the internet, TikTok, etc. All of this has kind of come in and made women feel in general that they deserve the most and they deserve a top tier guy because they might have dated a top tier guy. Maybe they had sex with a top tier guy. Maybe they hung out with one. Maybe they got invited to a boat party. Maybe they met a celebrity here. So women nowadays have access to the highest levels of men. So a guy that was average, 5'8", 5'9", making $50K per year, might have been able to find a girlfriend or a wife 10, 15 years ago.
He's not incorrect. Myron, Red Pill King, is not incorrect what he says. Yes, a lot of men are ostracized in the dating game because of all the options, right? Because of all the accessibility, all the ease. A lot of men, and I would honestly say a lot of women, but I can't because our society does cater more towards women. Like, you could have a woman that is not, the highest standard in society in terms of her looks, and she won't be rated highly there, right? You could have that woman be on Tinder, right? And she will get more engagement than a man like me or any other man just because she is a woman. That's just how it is. That's just how it works. That's just the game, the dating game, the modern dating game. So after watching this clip, yeah, Myron's not incorrect about that statement. Now, to disrespect women and to have the narrative that they are lesser because of all these because their beauty is what propels them to, or what can help propel them to greater achievements in life, right? To put that all on them, that's the part I obviously don't agree with. That's the part that's incorrect.
Better come in and bring some of my life. And what's happened is a lot of guys are ostracized in the dating game now because a lot of guys, quite frankly, just don't measure up for a lot of girls.
And the one point you said about how a lot of guys just don't measure up to a lot of girls, and also vice versa, I think is true. But it's what it is. A lot of the women I know I want in my life, I don't measure up to them right now. This Stefan, me, right now, I do not. I wish I could. I do not. I know this, and that's why I'm working on myself to get to that level, right? It may be too late to get some of the more specific women that I want, but it's part of the game, man. I don't think I'm gonna not find love still, right? I still have hope in the game. I still believe that I can one day do it, right? A lot of people don't. And that's where a lot of anger, hatred, resentment, angry videos about women, other berating of women online, right? All that stuff. That's where it stems from, right? Being unhappy with oneself because one can't get someone else. So again, it's a good point, and I understand why, if you were watching this and you're a man, you would be compelled to believe this point, but it's much brighter out there. Much, much brighter. So please don't. So there's everybody's somebody's everything. There's someone for you. Okay?
Any expectations for how much the ring should cost?
No, she don't care about like nothing.
Yeah, I'm not
Price.
materialistic in prices. So.
She's really more so a thoughtful girl. Like it's a thought in there.
$1,500 ring would be just fine with you.
No.
Don't say no. Don't show up. Don't say no. Because when did anybody ever propose to you?
Nobody proposed to me yet.
Exactly. So why would a $1,500 ring mean anything?
Got a good question.
Exactly.
But that's what I expect.
No, that's what you expect, and it's because you're too picky.
Okay. Guess I'm too picky then.
Yes, I know you're too picky.
Seems like you guys love each other very much.
Yeah, I love this
Yes.
girl so much. Like we've been through like
A ring
lot.
doesn't matter. A ring doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it don't matter. It
She been too
matters
thick and
in a
thin.
certain aspect, but it symbolizes like, it's materialistic.
Okay, so this one, yeah, I mean, a ring is materialistic. You don't have to give a ring, right? My dad didn't give my mom a ring. Still got married, right? Wedding band, always, but not the engagement ring, right? However, I do understand also how women are when it comes to engagement rings and it comes to weddings and everything. There's like a certain it's like a bragging rights kind of thing. You know, if you have the ring has to be a certain amount, right? If it's not, depending on the caliber of woman that you went after, her friends might find it to be disrespectful or an insult. Your girl might find it to be disrespectful or an insult. So right? So I understand. However, it shouldn't matter. Like if you really love the person and let's say you guys are struggling together and you're trying to make ends meet, it really shouldn't matter about the ring, right? Now, if you're not struggling, you guys are both financially well off, right? Then it just depends, I guess, on the strength of the relationship, or really what the woman wants, or what the man wants, or what either partner wants, right? It just depends on them. But, you know, would I spend 35K on a ring? I mean, I would have to be a millionaire personally. I would have to have a lot of money, which I plan to have, but I would have to have so much money. Now, it's not that I wouldn't do it. It just depends where I am in life. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. So that's me. But for other people, I understand why. However, if you saw Brody, he had the anti-social social club shirt, so he could probably afford it. But let's continue.
If he cheated on you, would you give him another shot?
Well, we have an open relationship, so
Allowed to cheat.
no, it's not like that.
So wait, what do you mean open?
Like she basically like we fuck bitches together type shit.
So he can sleep with other women with you.
Yeah, with me.
Can you sleep with another man?
No.
Why can't she get?
It's different, bro. Like we could get into the details, like, but it's a lot different, bro. Like a guys, bro. Like I could go fuck a girl and then forget who she is the next day. For girls, it's like emotional type shit. Like it's not like girls can just go fuck a guy. She's gonna like leave a mark on her. Like you know, like I could go fuck some bitch and never see her again and not care. You know, it's a lot different. Like to be honest.
So when you see him inside another woman, that doesn't like.
So it hasn't happened yet. So
Well,
But-
I'm allowed to.
yeah, but I have to be there.
How long you been together?
2 months.
Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to open relationships, I'm personally not a fan, but I understand that if the two have love, respect, and they really want to explore being with each other while also being with other people, they're right. They can do whatever they want. I think Destiny is the greatest example of this. You know, he has an open marriage. He's doing well. His wife loves him, right? He loves his wife. He's happy. Yeah, it's not bad. Now this couple, it's not really like that. Sure, it's an open relationship, but when the guy is saying he's pretty much allowed to cheat, that's how he feels about it, right? And his logic about how that she's more emotional and, you know, he'll leave a mark on her or anything, that's just some red pill talk, you know? If it does, it does. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm pretty sure girls have the same capacity just to fuck a guy, not care, and move on, right? Just like a guy can. You know, we are different. We may be different in our biology, but we're the same when it comes to our mindset, our thinking, right? So 2 months in, I don't know if it's gonna last, but in modern dating, open relationships, uh, Western cultures when it comes to like monogamy and being more polyamorous and stuff like that, that's what modern dating is now encompassing. Before that wasn't really it was a thing, but not really in America. Now it's becoming more of a thing.
Ladies, it's time to leave the broke boys and men with no direction in the dust. If you're tired of dating men that can't support you or aren't at the level that you are at, you've got to check out Lexi Dating. Lexi is an exclusive community full of high-end and successful individuals. So if you're tired of dating men with no direction, you should check out Lexi Dating.
Men, it's time to leave the dumb who think the average man's salary is 6 figures in the dust. If you're tired of dating annoying independent boss babes who think they're elite when they're average at best, check out Trad Wife Dating. It's a community of kind, respectable, childbearing individuals. So if you're tired of dating girls who accuse you of having no direction when they medicate themselves for having no direction themselves, check out Trad Wife Dating, where a woman knows her place. You want to say one?
So that was a funny one. I'm not gonna lie. That was a good one. The lady, her ad at the end was a good representation of how stupid these kind of ads are. However, these kind of ads, right? The Lexi one, it's catering to what they believe and what a lot of women now are going after, which is just the high value man, 6 figures, Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio type, right? Rich with a yacht, hedge fund maybe, up there. That's the issue that I guess guys like me or guys like anyone else that are not of that caliber yet have, is that, we aren't those guys. Some of us will never be those guys, So for that to be the only goalpost for a lot of, potential dating partners, we're just kind of left in the dust, So I understand that plight, but you also have to understand how dumb it is to go after that as a woman, or anyone, just to go after someone that's like in the top percent. You may have hopes of dating like maybe a particular person, or you crush on a celebrity, sure, but crushes should come and go. You should be looking for a life partner, someone that you truly can care about, and I'm pretty sure an opportunity will present itself at one moment, but you can't be stuck on fantasy. I mean, you can make fantasy reality, sure, but a lot of people get stuck in their delusions, and that's a big problem. So, yeah, funny ads, goofy, but funny.
My first date rules that I think you should implement. Number 1, never have them pick you up on a first date. Have you ever met somebody?
Okay, so we're not gonna watch the whole video because this is a long one. However, I do want to go over her rules because I thought the rules were pretty good. Now, never have them pick you up. Yeah, I think it's I agree with that 100%. Being a hair late, she explained it in the video. I think it's more just like it feels better to be the one coming to them versus you waiting for the man, whatever. Having dates only on weekend nights. Do not have a text convo before. I actually, weirdly enough, I agree with that one. Not having a text convo before, because I feel like every time I text ladies beforehand, right, it just kind of kills or ruins the vibe. I don't know. I really don't know. But number 5, don't tell about relationship expectations. And I think for a first date, yeah, you definitely shouldn't. Thank them during the date. Yeah, I mean, I'll thank them too, right? I think that's just a nice thing to do, right? She said wait minimum 3 days until the next date. It be what it be. Do not go on your phone, and I agree, that's just rude. If you're going to be on a date, you shouldn't be on your phone at all, unless to like move money around or take a picture or something nice like that, right? The 9th rule is don't get drunk, and I agree. Don't ever get drunk around a guy on the first date, especially if you don't know them. You don't know. Let's see about rules 10 and 11 though.
Friendship. I go into every single date. Well, I have a boyfriend now, but I used to. Like, this guy seems cool. Might make a friend out of this. I never went in like, this is going to be the love of my life. I feel like you put so much expectations. You're nervous. Like, you just need to go in with confidence and be like, okay, this is going to be fun. Like, I'm just meeting a new person, and it can evolve from there. This, like, chill out, okay? And 11, have fun. It's a first date. It's supposed to be fucking fun.
And she's right. It is supposed to be fun. And I didn't think about the friendship thing, but yeah. I think that would probably help a lot of guys too. Just go into that as like, this could be a good friend in the future, especially if it doesn't work out. It could be a good friend. Doesn't have to be a date potential. I have a few friends that I have because of that, you know? I do want to go back to her original, to the point I was confused about.
4, do not pen pal beforehand. You should know nothing about this man before going on the date, okay? Okay.
Okay, so that was her reasoning for number 4. Is that I should, yeah, and I agree. What if I know things about you, what are we going to talk about, especially on a first date? No, yeah, I should know nothing about you, and you should know nothing about me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand, especially when I said that earlier, about people looking up other people for security and safety reasons, and I get that. But you shouldn't know my personality, who I am, what I like to do. You should just know if I'm a good person or a bad person. That's really what it is. But yeah, I agree with her point. So I think this was a good video as well. Let's go on to the next one, the last one.
I would wait 6 dates if I were a woman before sleeping with a guy. And it's the perfect filter. Anyone who's made it past 6 dates, he's in it for the long run. It's easy to get super excited and think something's going well and you're untouchable, but always pull back a little. And
when you're with somebody you're really interested in versus just kind of, how do you feel like your approach is different?
My game is a million times better if I'm not interested.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. You get nervous, you get self-conscious, you lose self-confidence.
The moment you start caring about the thing.
Oh, not that my game is very good to start out with, but once you're into a girl, it's free fall.
That's the reason why sometimes I think I might be single forever. I'm just gonna mess it up.
That's also why I think I'm gonna be single forever. But yeah, that advice was sage, absolutely correct. I'm gonna talk about the last part first. Yeah, no. When you really like someone, when you really like someone, yeah, you're gonna mess up. I think it's finding the right person to mess up in front of. That's what love is, personally. Now, on his take about waiting 6 dates to sleep with a guy, I think that's good, right? I think a lot of women should adopt that. If he's really about it, he'll wait the 6 dates. Don't tell him about 6 dates either. You tell him about 6 dates, that ruins the whole thing. Because any guy, myself included, you give them a time frame, they'll handle it. They'll tough it out. That's literally what we do. We tough it out. So no, if you have that and you can see if they break within the 6 days, then it's up to you. You can extend it, you can detract it. It doesn't matter. What matters is you really know this guy is in it for you, as it really matters if we know that you are really in it for us. That's what it is to date, or that's how it should be. But yeah, so those are the TikToks on modern dating. A lot better than I expected. A lot better, actually. And I hope a lot of people are like understanding that, it's going to be tough navigating this internet landscape as the new generation that uses technology to advance and get through life. It's going to be tough. But if we focus, if we stay true to ourselves, and we don't disrespect one another, I think we can manage. But anyhow, that's me, Son Tsunami. I have a burger to eat because I was cooking this whole time. And I'll see you in the next one.
Show me myself and I show you my soul. I am ready to face the inevitable. Steady when racing, but never in go. So instead of embracing it,